We're back with leaks from the newest chapter of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has achieved a new level of Ultra Instinct. It appears that he's an Omen, and he's vastly stronger than even his white-haired form. Also, Vegeta getting in dirty with gas. Pretty much a repeat of the Granola vs. Vegeta fight, but it appears that Vegeta may be awakening something else within him too. And then we have Gas in his final form. He looks old and wrinkly and kinda like Moro. I think he is at the very end of his lifespan or something, or he is just something about the wish has pushed him way too far. We see Goku use a brand new technique. He roars. He literally uses a mouth blast and blows Gas away. So definitely can't wait for an explanation on this one. So let's start with how the chapter begins. Vegeta appears to tell Goku, who's in his white-haired form, that he wants to fight Gas alone. He charges in and immediately headbutts the living crap out of Gas. Unfortunately, this fight is almost identical to the Vegeta vs. Granola fight. Granola starting with the upper hand, then punching Vegeta a lot, Vegeta gets stronger and returns it, and then ultimately Vegeta just runs out of gas. No pun intended. Making this form entirely inefficient and flawed, and to be honest, it's pretty stupid. I mean, basically what Vegeta has just become is a punching bag that can't use the full power of Ultra Ego, because by the time he gets to a point where he's stronger than the enemy, he's passed out from taking too much damage. Meaning that we're going to get repeatedly Vegeta getting his ass beat in just about every fight for the future of Dragon Ball, unless Vegeta somehow evolves this Ultra Ego form, which I definitely think he will. Considering the fact that Goku is evolving his own Ultra Instinct, perhaps something with the pride of the Saiyans will affect Vegeta as well. I do think that his current Ultra Ego form is not the final mastered state. Whether or not we get the mastered state in this arc or the next one, I'm almost certain that it's coming. And while Vegeta does fight back and land a few nice blows on Gas with visible damage, he ultimately ends up passing out and losing this fight. So they're trading a lot, another combat-heavy chapter, not much new story, with the exception of what happens in the end between Elec and Gas. Gas ultimately transforming into some old version of himself, but I guess the combined efforts of Goku and Vegeta here has pushed Gas way past his time limit, and I think something to do with the wish that Elec used on Gas to make him the strongest in the universe has accelerated his aging process. Now Vegeta, who's about to die, I mean, he gets up, he's back into his base form, he throws a punch and then just passes out, and Gas is going to try to execute Vegeta now. But yes, this is the same thing over and over. This is exactly what we saw versus Granola. Vegeta taking way too much damage. So hopefully in his mastered form, like, he figures out a way to, I don't know, not take so much damage and just pass out before he's able to really do too much. So Gas creates a sword and he's going to execute Vegeta, but that's when Goku saves him by creating some sort of key barrier around both himself and Vegeta. He takes Vegeta to safety, and now he's going to basically just unlock this new Ultra Instinct form, which, you know, we don't have translations or the full chapter yet, but I believe it has something to do with the pride of the Saiyans and Goku having a more comfortable state of Ultra Instinct. Something about being an Ultra Ego and being able to use his Saiyan senses instead of relying too much on mastery of self movement has allowed him to get like the full power of Ultra Instinct with half the stamina drain or something like that, or maybe no stamina drain. But he claps his hands together, he pauses, he just does his normal Ultra Instinct thing, and he opens his eyes into Omen, and then he releases this huge roar, and he has become, I don't know, there's no new name for this yet, something like Pride Instinct. Or maybe Saiyan Instinct, Ultra Saiyan Instinct, something like that. That actually has a nice ring to it. But yes, Goku has achieved something. I mean, maybe it's like Ultra Instinct grade 2 or grade 4, something like that. We also get this image of Vegeta who's laid out, but he opens his eyes, and I think that he may actually be undergoing his own new improvement and transformation as well, unless this shot is just from an earlier part of the chapter. But as Goku flies in, he is literally dodging every single one of Gas's attacks. This new Goku in Omen seemingly far faster and superior to the white-haired form, this new Ultra Saiyan Instinct. He flies in, dodges all of Gas's attacks, and lands a monumental thunderous kick, right into Gas's chest, and you can feel the damage and pain coming from the speed of Goku's foot there. And this is the result of Goku learning about his father Bardock and the true history of the Saiyans, to which he says something to Gas here, and Gas remembers, I guess Bardock said the exact same thing, and this completely startles Gas. Goku gets the final blow on Gas, even breaking off his horns with a massive attack. We didn't get to see that yet. I'm guessing it's a huge Kamehameha or something like that, but Gas is utterly defeated, and his older brother Elec comes up to him, grabbing his throat, reprimanding him for losing, even though he's supposed to be the strongest in the entire universe. You can see how mischievous and malicious Elec actually is, all those false promises to his younger brother, and then throws him out like garbage. Now Goku and Elec seem to be having some sort of conversation when behind Elec there's a huge explosion of energy, and this is going to be the new Gas, or the final Gas form, which he looks weaker than normal. It seems like he's burning up his lifespan in order to continue fighting. And part of me questions whether Goku is fighting in Ultra Instinct Omen because he knew this the whole time, that Gas didn't have a lot of time left. And if Goku just didn't use up all of his energy and made this a long-lasting fight, eventually Gas would run out of energy and lose. And then I'm assuming that this is probably one of the final pages, or if not the final page of the chapter. We get to see Gas in his old man form. I mean, he really looks like Moro here, big time in my opinion. He regrew his horns too, and I'm not 100% sure what this is, but he's wrinkly and he's skinny, and something is wrong with him. And I'm almost positive that this has something to do with the wish and him overexerting himself. He's probably burned up his lifespan. Now, is Goku going to finish him off? Is Vegeta or is Granola going to awaken? You got to remember that Granola's been out of commission for a few chapters now, and he could come back at any time and take on this fight. But I think Granola has to be the one to kill Elec. After everything we learned about Elec and how he was the one who killed Granola's mother and all these other things, Granola's certainly going to come back at any point now. But Goku or Vegeta could finish the fight with Gas. I don't think Gas has any time left. Even if he somehow manages to fight back against Goku, he will probably run out of his time limit and just fall over and die. How many of you guys are with me that I want this arc to end so badly? I feel like it's dragged on and on and on. I'm so sick of it, of people just reawakening and awakening more and new power levels and getting knocked out and then healed up with Senzus or Monaito and then coming back fighting again. It just seems so long and repetitive. And Vegeta still hasn't got a real W. Let me know in the comment section down below, but I do think that this arc has to end within the next chapter or two. I think Gas will die next chapter, and then there should be some sort of final battle between Elec and Granola. And if Granola doesn't die killing Elec or sacrifice himself to stop Elec, I think they'll probably use the Dragon Balls to like revert his wish and give him his whole lifespan back or something like that. I don't know if he can become part of the cast and crew of this entire series, but it's definitely possible. I don't think he's a fan favorite character. I don't think fans really care about Granola that much at all. I know I don't. Anybody who just wishes to be the strongest is boring. We like to see the trials and tribulations of the Saiyans and how they have to go through so much in order to get stronger. That's what makes them so appealing as characters. So when the full chapter comes out, I'll make a video on it, breaking it down and giving you the full scoop, so make sure you're subscribed with those notifications enabled. I'm Mastar. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.